Hello everyone, it's April the 18th, Saturday 2015. I wanted to talk to you today a little bit about imagination and the power of our minds and imagination. You know, I'm reminded of the old Jules Verne story of Journey to the Center of the Earth, or H.G. Wells type of things, books that were written, and even the old Flash Gordon, I think, is a good one, that came out in the early part of the 19th century, teens, 1917, 1920, whenever it was, 30s. Long before moon trips were available, where we went to the moon or we invented lasers. Flash Gordon, in the story of Flash Gordon, they had ray guns, what they called ray guns, and these kind of gothic-looking ships that were made with rivets and metal that would fly to the moon, and these different things. My point is, from I think what I'm trying to say in this particular video is that the human imagination is able to understand reality before it becomes reality. Does that maybe seems a little wild, but think about that for a moment. The story of Flash Gordon and ray guns came out long before the laser beam was invented in the 1960s. The story of Jules Verne or H.G. Wells' stories, of going to the moon, and I've been to the Smithsonian Institute and I've seen, he had a little rocket ship made, the Jules Verne rocket. It had a little wine glass in it, and I mean, it looked cumbersome and stupid. Obviously, there's no way that would go to the moon. I guess they'd fire it out of a cannon or something and it would get to the moon. But, he had a little wine glass in there, and a wine shelf, and, it was red. It had like kind of a red carpety look to it, and these different things. I saw it when I was like 10, 11 years old. My mom frequently took me to the Smithsonian Institute in Washington, D.C. But this story was long before the Saturn V trip to the moon, when John F. Kennedy proclaimed that man would go to the moon, that we would go to the stars. So my point is that the human imagination has power. The human imagination seems to be more in touch with reality than reality itself. A lot of people look at my videos I've done and they say they're strange. I don't understand this. You talk about Jews oppressing whites, and you talk about hypnotism, and you do these hypnotists. I don't think anybody else does hypnotism videos. They're mostly for relaxation. They're not based on reality. Okay, but what I want to do is spark your creative nature. That's my goal, usually, with these types of videos. I'm trying to show you what's possible. The TV show Star Trek had transporters where they could transport and teleport someone from one place to another. This is all imagination. Do you understand? But we could probably sit around and come up with how to do that based on our imagination. See, man in general, mankind in general, specifically the white race, is a creator. Okay? He's a creator. He could sit here and say, I want to build a house. I need to level this area of ground in order to lay a foundation and I want a house built here, and here's the construction of how I would like this house to be built. And he's a creator. Or perhaps if you have a job where you're a painter and you go, okay, well, you know, it would look good if I tape off this area and cut this area, and then I'll roll the whole thing out, and it'll look really good like this. And I think that a teal color would look very good here for this particular setting, you know. And so it is the human mind that envisions, okay, it envisions what we attempt to do before we do it. The baser instinct is the more animalistic instinct, let's say with the non-whites, the blacks, and Jews that want to kill and murder and fuck all day long. They're overoccupied with wildness, you know. Their idea of creativity is enslavement to baser instincts. The Sharon Stone movie, Basic Instinct, you know. The basic instinct is go and kill someone, or fuck someone, you know, have some sex or something. You know, that's the basic instinct. And they haven't really moved or evolved past that. So they don't have this creative kind of endeavor where they see other things. They just go, well, this is something, I think I want to hurt it, you know, or fuck it up, you know. And this looks like it'd be fun to fuck, you know, and they don't go beyond that because they can't think, obviously. But man's nature in general, okay, and this is a fact based on what these people do. It seems to be a fact. Their spirits will not evolve past this planet. No. There's a place to put these kinds of people, unfortunately. Actually, that might even be fun for me to laugh at when I go to heaven. Watching those people tormented and suffering in hell for what they've done to humanity, I think would be fair. But, you know, I don't want to get off topic, you know, with what I'm talking about here. So when I do these videos, like hypnotism videos and different things, they're just... I'm not a licensed practitioner of hypnotism. They're just to help you relax, and they're to help you, I think mostly in deep states of relaxation. I think that then we begin to see what's possible. Now, if you're Jewish and you look at it and you go, well, he hates Jews, you can do them too. You know, that's okay. You know, or if you're black and you go, well, he hates blacks. No, I don't hate blacks, man. Okay, there's black people that do some good things. I think most of them don't do good things, but there's plenty of blacks that do some good things. So, you know, y'all can relax and watch them. I'm not shitting on blacks or Jews or anything. I'm simply saying that I think that man is a creator. The movie The Fly that had Jeff Goldblum, the new one, that came out in the 80s or early 90s, he had this teleportation device where, and then a fly got in there with him, and it mixed with him and created him as a fly, or fly DNA got up in him. But, you know, when you see concepts like that, okay, that's actually possible to come up with these types of devices. That's actually possible, okay? You don't have to wait for the government to come along and go, here's our new car, you know, that runs on hydrogen, or here's our new plane, you know, or something. You know, here I can teleport you from here to Hawaii, you know, wherever you are. You know, you can be in Japan, or you can be in California. You could be in Pittsburgh, you know, where I live. And we can teleport you from here to the moon. You know, that can happen. The same as the Flash Gordon. And if you say that's impossible, then I would suggest to you that you don't understand the power of human imagination. Human imagination has created the laser beam. human imagination has created the computer that can process information and cross-reference drugs and prescription drugs and go over the DNA code of how these drugs affect the body. Human imagination has created nanotechnology. Human imagination, okay, is anything, okay? It's anything that you can believe. The DNA code unravels and you become older, your teeth fall out, your body becomes wrinkled. What if we could reverse the DNA code to go the other way, and then it stops at around 20 years old? What if we could clone someone like Arnold Schwarzenegger when he's 18 years old and take his brain when he's 70 years old and restore it and put it into his body at 18 again? A complete duplicate. That's possible. You maybe don't understand what I'm saying, but that has been shown because we've already cloned sheep. Dolly was cloned in the 1990s. That was 30 years ago. 30 years ago, the human imagination came up with this. I think about the story of the Tower of Babel when man built a tower to ascend to the level of God. And then the Bible itself says, look, if they did that, what else will they do? I mean, they'll reach out and do anything. They can do anything. So it's the human imagination that's very powerful. And you can check the story in the Bible itself. And I'm a big advocate of the Bible, by the way. I'm not against the Bible. I believe in Jesus Christ. I've found no higher morals than my Lord and my Savior, who is Christ. But my point is this. If the human imagination can come up with things, envision things, problem-solving type skills, and whatever you think, you can do it. Now, I mean, you got to shave every day. If you don't pay your rent, you're going to get thrown out of your apartment. Obviously, that's there. It's apparent. But my point is this. It's that don't lose your imagination. Don't lose what's possible in this mix with all this television set and Xbox games. Don't let somebody else create an imagination for you. Use your own. You have an imagination too. And you have a duty as a God creation to be like the Father, Abba, the Lord. You are a creator. You are a creator. You are a creator. You create whatever reality you have today, no matter what is going on, by your problem-solving skills or lack of problem-solving skills. You create what you're in. Okay, now obviously the Jews have made your life hell and have oppressed the living shit out of you, but you could still use your problem-solving skills and do the best you can to figure out how to deal with it. In my case, I make YouTube videos and hope that I can inspire other people to do something similar, to thwart the oppression of these cancerous, creativity-killing bastards, which I have identified several times. But that there's some good ones. They have balls. They stand up a little bit. So I mean, maybe in that way there's some goodness to them. But I don't see any personally. I think they hate white people. They hate life. They hate God, and they're going to destroy all life on the planet. So, but as far as my videos are concerned, as far as hypnotism, I don't think anybody's done anything like that. I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. And they are fictitious stories. There's no truth in them. It's just to help you relax. If you want to believe that's true, so be it. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. All right. Thank you for your time. This is Angus Diaries.